Welcome back, everyone, to my channel. This video is gonna be a little bit different. It's gonna be a lot less scripted, a lot more raw, which is how I'm more comfortable doing that. But I understand the value of a script and like writing your information down so you don't like trip up on your words, because sometimes that can be a little long in the tooth. But this is a different style of video. I am a very vast gamer. I like a lot of different types of games. Video games, of course. I do like board games. I do like card games. So I'm going to feature some Magic the Gathering arena content on the channel as well. Let's put in a separate playlist, easy for you guys to access. And shout out to my buddy, the Batman Drew. Check out his stuff on YouTube and TikTok. He's doing a documentary series right now about getting into Magic and how the Final Fantasy Universes Beyond set actually piqued his interest. So basically, that's all I play on Magic Arena right now is Final Fantasy. So I figured I'd like to show you guys, like, not essentially like what I've been playing, but like if you're gonna get started and you're, you know, attempting to put your toe in the water, like kind of what to look for. So I'm going to start with Squall, SeeD Mercenary. Squall is my favorite Final Fantasy character. Final Fantasy VIII is my favorite Final Fantasy of all time. He's a 2 colorless Orsoff mana, 3/4 legendary creature, human knight mercenary with rough divide. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gains double strike until end of turn. And then whenever Squall deals combat damage to a player, return target permanent with a mana value of 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So this is kind of like a recursion deck. I don't want to say reanimation because it's not casting the card. It is bringing the card back out of the graveyard, so in a sense it is reanimation. But it's mana value 3 or less. So literally anything that's mana value 3 or less. So you can get lands back. So as you see, we are playing a couple of, you know, budget fetch lands in the deck. And then you could get any permanent that's 3 or less. We do have a different curve here because I wanted to try and make this deck as close to the deck that I have in real life, but also I wanted to try and incorporate as much Final Fantasy cards as I could. Just because I feel like what I want to do with this, not maybe just this one video, but maybe this series, is start with a commander that I've been playing comfortably, and like start with like a bare bones, like easy to build deck, and then upgrade it as we, you know, take it into the queue and see how we do as far as like our competition is concerned. And of course we'll go through the edits and everything on camera, so you can see like what changes that could be made and like what strategies you want to take. I do like the milling strategy with Squall. I like being able to have stuff in the grave because that's like your second hand. You're using your graveyard as a resource. So I like to try and focus on the mill aspect, but there's not a lot of milling in Final Fantasy, so we do have to get creative on how we do it. Speaking of milling, the MVP is Shinra Reinforcements. I'm not going to go through every single card. I'm just going to highlight a couple of important ones. This is a 3 mana 2/3 on play. You mill 3 cards and gain 3 life. So it is a really good card, and it does fall under the recursion category for Squall. We do have some mana ramp in World's Map, as well as Darkness of Eternity, which is essentially just a reskin Dark Ritual. And we do have some really cheap fetch lands. We have Evolving Wilds and Terramorphic Expanse. Those cards, you can crack them to get basic lands from your library to the field and obviously tapped. But because their mana value is 0, Squall can recur them, and because it sacrifices an instant speed, you can essentially crack Evolving or Terramorphic while Squall is in combat. So you're mana ramping that way. We also have Crystal of the Altar Cave, which is just a reskin for Chromatic Lantern. You're not going to run into too much mana issues with 2-colored decks, but it is a Final Fantasy card, and it does make you tap. It makes all your lands tap for any color, so that's really nice. Just have that peace of mind. This card is a huge boon in like 3-color, 4-color, 5-color decks, I think. Magic Arena doesn't have Soul Ring, so we're using Ring of Lucii, which is, I guess, the Soul Ring equivalent. It is a lot more expensive. Soul Ring is only 1 mana to cast it, but this card does have the added ability of paying 2 mana, tapping it, and then paying a life to essentially tap a permanent. So like if you have a pesky blocker that you can't get around, you want to do that to tap it down so you can crack with Squall. We also have ways of giving Squall evasion with Rogue's Passage. We also have ways of giving him flight with, where's Dion here? Where's Dion? Dion's 4 mana, so Dion should be, where is he? Dion, where's Dion? Oh, I might have, right here. Dion Bahamut's Dominant. He does give Knights flying on your turn, and Squall is a Knight, so that's also very nice. And you can obviously transform him to his icon side as well, just to give him a couple counters. You want to make him bigger. There's a lot of different like synergies in this deck. The main strategy is to get a couple of cards in your graveyard that you're going to benefit from casting Squall with. There is a little bit of recursion for Squall itself, so you don't have to worry about overpaying on commander tax. I mean, we do have Phoenix Down, so if you get Phoenix Down out early and Squall gets dealt with, you can just put him in the grave and then bring him back with Phoenix Down. We do also have cards like, where is it? Evil Reawakened, which is essentially a reanimation spell, but it comes in with 2+1/+1 counters, so he'll get a little bit of a buff that way. I think as far as reanimation is concerned, outside of Squall, that's pretty much it. We do have some draw cards here, because you do need draw power in this deck, because you do burn through a lot of your resources. Since your mana curve is considerably low and consistently low, like you can see here, like my upper costs are not that crazy. I top out at 6 mana, and that's only 3 cards, so I tried to focus on keeping everything, important 3 and below, just so you can have a variety on getting stuff out of the grave. So let's run through the queue and see how we do with some games. I am going to preface by saying that I have played Squall for a long time on Arena, but I've played much different builds. I guess much more fine-tuned builds, you can say. But I wanted to kind of showcase what I guess like a bare bones Squall deck would look like with as much Final Fantasy flavor in it as possible. Green, black, blue. So some ramps, some counter magic. So we open with 2 lands, a command tower, ancient tomb. Oh, see, this is a good land to open with. I think I'm gonna keep this hand. Let's see how we can do this here. There's a couple things that we could do. So we just need a couple of draws to go our way, and we should be fine. And by that I mean I need a basic land, either a swamp or a plains, because I already have 3 mana in hand. Remember, this taps for 2, so okay, that doesn't help. I am gonna get Phoenix Down out though, just to have it out, because that will help us get Squall back if we need to. Getting that early is nice because it essentially eliminates 1 wave of tax that you don't have to pay, and we all know paying taxes sucks. So he's got 2 black and green. Okay, that's good. So what I want to do here, I want to get this swamp down so I can get the Imperial City of Arcades out, because this allows me to draw a card. It's just a reskin of Wall of Omens. Next turn we'll get Ancient Tomb down, and we'll play Resentful Revelation depending on what this board state is. Can't cast his commander just yet. It's 4 mana. He's only showing 2. Well, he's got 3 on board with his Dork. So, I mean, I guess if he plays a land now, he could tap out for his commander, but then we can answer it, so I'm not really too worried. We do have a wall, which is nice. Walls are really good for defense. And the fact that you can use him as like just a blocker and then get him back with Squall to just keep drawing cards is really nice advantage as well. I don't know why it's taking him so long to decide what he wants to do. I hope he's not AFK. That's the worst. I think he's AFK. I hate when people go AFK. It's so annoying. I'm going to get the tomb down. Let's play Resentful Revelation. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You can put one of them into your hand and the rest into the grave. Okay, so what do we need in hand here? I think I'm going to hold to catch a fish and mill these two so I can have targets for Squall. And that's going to be my turn. I mean, I don't really have anything else to do there. Okay, that's fine. So we can deal with this, which is fine. Play a land for turn. Let's kill his commander because it is a flying creature. He does get a token out of it, but it is a good trade-off. It's going to raise his tax. Sometimes you just kind of need to do that just to reset a little bit. Because now, yes, he has 4 mana showing, but he needs 6 to cast his commander, so he needs essentially 2 more turns. And if we really want to, we could get Squall out next turn, because we have a way of getting him back if he gets dealt with. So we're in decent shape. It's probably what I'm going to do. I hope I can draw a land. Oh, that's a good card. Nice. Overkill's nice too. Okay, so we didn't draw a land. I am going to get Squall out. And I do have 1 mana open, but I don't have anything to use that mana for, so we're just going to bluff like we have something. And then I have to figure out how I'm going to have him to connect, because he does have blockers he can give up. So we have to be smart here. We could go Cloud, try to grab an equipment to give him some type of evasion. And he's tapped for mana now? Okay. So he can get his commander out, which is fine. Because he'll have to, he can tap. Cultivate is nice. Ramp. 2, 3. Okay, so he's setting up. Setting up for something big. Heuristic Study. Okay, but this is okay now because I only have 1. Oh, this kind of just seals the deal here. So this is what we're gonna do. We're going to tap 2 for Key to the City. I'm not going to pay anything. You can draw a card. It's fine. It's not. I don't really. You can draw your card. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to tap to Key to the City to make Squall unblockable. We're going to discard Cloud. Alright. We're going to enter combat and have Squall connect. So on his first instance of damage, we are going to grab the Buster Sword, or Aerith. We're going to grab Aerith. On our second instance of damage, we're going to grab Cloud. Let's give us some more blockers. Cloud on play is going to search us for Hero's Heirloom. We're going to go ahead and leave mana open for shenanigans. So we're going to end turn here. That was a decent turn. Because we do have 3 blockers. We can deal with this commander when he comes down. And he's using mana dorks. So he's going to tap these guys to generate mana mostly. This is a great card. I used Stitcher's Supplier in my optimal build of Squall. It's a great 1-drop on play mill 3, and then when it dies mill 3, so it generates 6 cards of value into your graveyard, which is amazing. It is a great card. I don't have it in this version of the deck, but in my, I guess, more optimized versions of Squall, I do play Stitcher's Supplier. So his commander's coming down. I think what I'll do is what I'm going to do is depends on what he does. I might activate this on end step just to deal with this because it's a flyer. I don't have to worry about getting blocked though because of Key to the City. So, I mean, I'm still gonna... Should I do it? Yeah, I think I should do it. Hopefully he doesn't scoop. I'm not gonna pay. You can draw your card. So that's gonna increase his commander attacks by 2 more. That's fine. I need to, like, deal with his board somehow. I'm just gonna block. Should I? I think I should give up Cloud. Yeah, let's give up Cloud. So I can bring him back and get another equipment. ETB for Cloud is very strong. That's fine. Cool. Let's trample, haste. I mean, it doesn't really do anything. I am not going to pay for Key to the City. This is good. So Key to the City has an ability to where if it's tapped during the untap step, you can pay 2 mana to draw a card. I don't think we need that right now, so what we're going to do is I'm going to make Squall unblockable again. We're going to pitch this. I am going to play the Marlborough. Oh, I can't. 6 mana. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I only have... Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to play... Need to get another creature on the board. Let's play Ject. We'll auto pay for that. That's fine. I'm not going to pay for Ristic Study. You can draw. I don't care. I mean, I wish, you know, he made decisions a little faster, but I'm actually going to... No, I'm just going to swing with Squall. I gotta try... there's gotta be a way to give him... I don't even think I can, but giving him lifelink would be huge. Like I said, there's more optimal builds. Obviously, you can include a lot of very powerful artifacts or, you know, equipments that can essentially make him more of like a Voltron deck, but we're playing a very bare bones version of this. So we're gonna go grab Genji Glove with Cloud here when he comes out. Like I said, I just wish these decisions were being made a little bit faster. And then on our second instance of damage, we're going to grab Buster Sword and just put it on the field. Now, he does have enough... Like, at this point, he has enough mana to cast his commander again. Because he's showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands. But then he has 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 mana. So, casting his commander is not a problem. And I don't really have an effective way of dealing with the commander. And he's not attacking. So, it's not like I'm blocking his tokens either. What just happened? Was there a timeout used? Let's show. He's still showing 1. We're gonna grab Buster Sword here. I don't know what the holdup is. Like this is just. There's no. I mean, he's not. Is he tapped out? I mean, technically he's not tapped out. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4 open mana. But does he tap for anything? Yeah, these tap for anything. So I guess technically, but I honestly think that he's just not in front of his computer anymore. Because sometimes this just is too long of time to think about what you're gonna do here. I'm a really big believer in mapping your plays out while your opponent's doing their turn. So like I kind of have an idea of what I'm going into when it's my turn. Yeah, things change depending on what your opponent plays, but for the most part, you have to have like a general idea. Especially because most of these games, like especially in real life, are played in time. So he has no more timeouts. So if this timer runs out, it's an automatic loss, which would be a terrible way to lose. You may play lands from your grave. That's huge. Okay. Oh, he's got Bajuka Bog? Okay, well, I don't have a lot in my grave, so that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, I'm not blocking Stitcher. I will block the tokens for sure. Maybe I should block Stitcher just to get the... No, Okay, so what we're going to do is... I don't want Jack to die, so we're gonna block here because we'll get lifelink, and then he'll maybe get a counter. Then we're gonna block here, and we're gonna block. Hold on. Yeah, block here, and we're gonna block here, and that will be 4 blockers. Now there could be tons of combat tricks like. Oh, so she wasn't on the board for her effect to read. That's how that works. Okay, so everything happens after death in grave. Doesn't resolve on field first, and then she dies. Okay, so she doesn't read... The game doesn't read her having the counter when she dies. That's fine. That Ancient Tomb did its job. You're gonna... That's fine. It's whatever. No biggie. We'll just have to recover. I mean, losing Aerith and Cloud was kind of detrimental, but we have our Buster Sword, and we have Genji Glove, so... no. Play this. I'm gonna hold, mana up. Actually, no, I lied. I'm not gonna hold mana up. 100% going to equip Buster Sword to Squall, because it'll allow me to play a 3 mana card value from my hand for free and draw a card. And I get to do it twice because it's double strike. And he'll be unblockable. So now the question is, what do I pitch? I think I'm going to pitch Priest of Fell Rites. Ooh, 6 mana value. I forgot it gives you attack power. Okay. Enter combat. Just Squall. He's just gonna get him right. He's just gonna get him out, so it's no big deal. Just another blocker. Yeah, I'm really like interested in it because obviously he's not AFK because he's doing plays on his turn. I'm just wondering why. What is the hesitation in making decisions when you don't really have? You have 2 mana open. You don't lose here. Oh, you do. I could just play this. I'm not going to pay. You know what? Should I pay for Ristic Study? He has 1, 2, 3, 4 in hands. I mean, I win here because it doesn't matter, right? So yeah, I'll just auto pay so you can't draw. This comes in. It'll deal 2 damage. He has to discard a card, exile top 3, and deal 2 damage, putting him to 5, and then this will be the last 6. Alright, GG. So, I mean, we ended up... That was a good win. The game was a lot slower than I'd like it to be. I mean, we did lose our grave, which, hindsight, was probably not a smart decision to block, knowing that he had a Bajuka Bog in his hand, or he could play from his grave. But the main kicker of playing Squall is just to make sure he's set up. So yeah, Aerith and Cloud do provide nice value, but getting Buster Sword out of there was way more important than keeping Cloud and Aerith out of there. So that's good. That's our first win with this basic bare bones Squall deck. So let's see if we can get another one. Hopefully this game is a little snappier. So we're opening 2 mana, but it's black and white, so it's nice. We do have a turn 1, we have a turn 2. We can cycle for another mana. I am going to keep this hand. I am on the draw. I hate dinosaurs. I hate playing against dinosaurs, so this is going to be interesting. The one thing I will say is, for Universes Beyond Final Fantasy, is the flavor in this set. They got it right. Like, the flavor is, like Zack, for example, right? Yeah. For Zack, right? So he comes in with a +1/+1 counter, and then you can pay 1 mana to sacrifice him to give one of your creatures indestructible for the end of the turn, and that counter. And then if he has an equipment, or I'll block it. Oh yeah. If he has an equipment attached to him, you can give it to that. You can give it to that creature as well. So it's like, when he died in Final Fantasy Crisis Core, he was protecting Cloud, so Cloud was basically indestructible, and he was passing the Buster Sword on to Cloud, basically making him, like he says, his living legacy. So they did really good with a lot of the flavor. Like, selfishly, I'm a little upset that Squall isn't Orzhov, which is black-white, because none of the other Final Fantasy VIII characters like Cypher or Zell or Quistis or Renoa, they're not in these colors, so you can't play them together in a commander deck. I guess you could play them together in standard. Final Fantasy is standard legal. But I also understand the flavor behind it, because Squall's whole MO in Final Fantasy VIII was that he was a lone wolf and he didn't really need anybody else to help him, so I totally get it. And I just love that he has such a great ability. Like, I think that's the coolest thing in the world. We're just going to play this as a land. I'm going to play Cornered by Black Mages. I'm going to make him sack a creature, and then I'm going to create a token that says every time I use a non-creature spell, I burn him for 1. So I'm going to make him sacrifice something. That's totally fine. Perfect. Gabranth is going to get in there because he has Menace, so he can't be blocked by 1 creature. So we're doing good. Start your engines. Oh, okay, this is start your engines. Attacks. Sure. Can we deal with this? I don't think so. Not yet, anyway. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so we lose Gabranth. We do have battle menu. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. Well, I won't target that. I have no lands, no protection. So I think what we're going to do is play... This is tough. I'm going to play Danitha. Or, I'm sorry, I'm going to play Squall. It's a reskin of Danitha, so I'm going to play Squall, and I'm going to pass. Because worst case scenario, I can give Squall the protection. This is gonna suck. I hate Toxic. Toxic to me is such a terrible mechanic, especially like with proliferate decks. That's fine. That's a good card. Okay, that's fine. Mox Amber. Okay, so Mox Amber is gonna tap for red, white, black. Okay, cool. Double strike. Oh, that's sick. Okay, this can't attack. That's fine. No blocks. That's fine. Double strike. Oh yeah, double strike. Okay, cool. Alright, this is good. So we're gonna go tap, Squall. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it like this because I'm going to crack his commander with battle menu because he'll be at 4 power when he swings. So that will save me, and then I can maybe block something. I definitely can't let this get through. Okay, so this is where I get pissed because now as an additional cost, do I give it this or do I give it this? Okay, we're gonna do that. That sucked. That just sucked because now I have to block the dinosaur. I'll probably honestly just block it with the token. But then this has Toxic. I'll trade the Toxic spike here. Yeah, that's fine. This is 6 damage? Jesus. Okay, okay, yeah, this is gonna block this, and this is gonna block this. And then he has a flyer that I have to deal with. Genji Glove is nice. Genji Glove is nice, but I won't be able to equip it. Leaves me 2 open. Oh man, this is tough. I need to get a body out for sure. This still leaves me open battle menu. I need to get rid of this guy. Okay. Sure. He's just gonna block, right? I think he's just gonna block. He's just gonna give up his flyer. I would assume he's not gonna let this go through. Yeah, there's no way. Yeah, that's fine. Now we're 2v2. I'll end there. I have an answer here. I just deals 1 damage. Oh god. I just hope he doesn't have a burn spell. I'd be so mad if he has a burn spell. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. There's only 2 cards in hand. He's not attacking. Okay. Oh, wow. I lose. That's crazy. No, I don't lose. I do not lose. Yep, that's fine. It's 3 to equip. Alright, we're gonna leave that open. I'm going to... I don't want to give him Kane. Do I have targets? I do. Okay. I kind of need this to connect here. I don't think it will. I think he's going to give this guy up. That's interesting. That's fine. One blocker. And he has Death Touch. I'm going to end there. I mean, let's see. Let's see what happens here. Okay, Arcane Signet. Only 2 cards in hand. Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do not control more lands than you. Okay, so that's fine. I'm going to pass the blockers. This is 6. Jeez. I mean, I lose either way, right? Because it's double strike, so I gotta block this. 1 blocker, and then I still lose, right? Like, until the end of the target creature gains, when this creature dies, return to the battlefield tapped, under total controls. Yeah, I still lose, no matter what. Because I'm getting hit with 6. Yeah. We tried. We tried. So, I mean, you could see, like, where the deficiencies are. You know, it's very difficult to deal with decks that go wide like this. Also, this guy having double strike and you know, whatever was crazy. You know, we had to do things in an order we didn't want to do them. Like, we were saving battle menu to deal with the dinosaur, but then of course they targeted Squall, so we had to deal with that, and then we had to deal with drawing and losing to this guy, so we had to burn the battle menu that way. So, I mean, you have to, of course, adjust and adapt to whatever the situation is on the board, but it's definitely good to go into your games with a plan. So, we got a win. We saw a loss. I'm going to think about some adjustments and some, you know, updates we can make and upgrades we can make, and then on the next video we'll go over those upgrades and see how we do in the queue at that point. So listen, I hope you guys enjoy this. I mean, I know I'm not the greatest Magic player. I know I don't have the most, like, vast amount of knowledge when it comes to this game, but I do enjoy playing. I do enjoy Arena, and of course I love Final Fantasy. So if you guys like it, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video with anybody who might be interested in it. And if you stayed this long, I really do appreciate it. But until we meet again, I am Dadman.